1. Clay, the material used to make pottery. Make sure to keep the clay moist while you're working with it. 2. Wheel, a rotating device used to shape the clay. I love using the wheel to create symmetrical pieces. 3. Kiln, an oven used for firing pottery. The pottery needs to be fired in the kiln to harden. 4. Glaze, a coating applied to pottery to make it shiny and waterproof. I chose a blue glaze for my vase. 5. Throwing, the process of shaping clay on the wheel. Throwing pots on the wheel is very relaxing. 6. Wedging, the process of kneading clay to remove air bubbles. Don't forget to wedge the clay before you start. 7. Slip, a liquid mixture of clay and water used for decorating or joining pieces. Use slip to attach the handle to the mug. 8. Bisque, pottery that has been fired once but not glazed. After the bisque firing, we'll apply the glaze. 9. Score, to scratch the surface of the clay before joining pieces. Score both surfaces before applying the slip. 10. Slab, a flat piece of clay used in hand building. We'll make a box using slab construction techniques. 11. Coil, long snake-like rolls of clay used in hand building. You can use the coil method to build up the walls of the pot. 12. Pinch pot, a simple form created by pinching the clay with your fingers. We started the class by making pinch pots. 13. Leather hard, clay that has dried slightly but can still be worked on. The piece is leather hard so we can carve designs into it. 14. Greenware, unfired pottery that is completely dry. Handle the greenware carefully, it's very fragile. 15. Trim, to remove excess clay from a piece. Trim the base of your pot once it's leather hard. 16. Foot, the base of a piece of pottery. Create a foot for your bowl to give it stability. 7. Centering, positioning the clay in the middle of the wheel. Centering the clay is the first step in throwing a pot. 18. Bat, a removable disc used on the pottery wheel. Place the bat on the wheel before you start throwing. 19. Rib, a tool used to shape and smooth the clay. Use a rib to smooth the sides of your pot. 20. Firing, the process of heating pottery in a kiln. The final firing will give the pottery its strength and finish. Example conversation. Student 1. How do you get the clay ready for the wheel? First, you need to wedge the clay to remove any air bubbles. Got it. And what's the next step? Center the clay on the wheel, then start throwing your pot. Remember to keep the clay moist. What do we do after shaping it? Once it's leather hard, you can trim the base and add any decorations. Then it will be bisque fired before glazing. Thanks. I'm excited to see how it turns out after firing.